Well, what's going on, guys? It's been a little while since we've last spoken, but summertime's come and gone, and it's about time to start getting ready for deer season. Archery season's been in here in Indiana since the beginning of October, just like a bunch of other most of all the other states have. And a week from today is when our rifle season starts. So I wanted to get my my deer rifle out here and do a little bit of pre-season rifle check and get this new scope dialed in on it. The rifle that I'm using here, it's just an old Marlin 3030 model 336. It's got a little an old Duracoat paint job. This was done way before the Cerakote thing came on the scene, so this is an old paint job, probably I'd say 15 years maybe, something like that. Here's the scope that I'm using. This is actually a Monstrum Banshee 1x6 LPVO, and I actually ran this scope on my AR for about a year and a half, maybe a little less than 2 years. And I'll tell you what, whenever I was running this thing on my AR, it was a dang good little scope for, you know, under 200 bucks off of Amazon. I had zero complaints out of it. But since then I took this scope off and replaced it with a Holosun 510C green dot, and I love that thing. And I just kind of had this scope laying around, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna stick this on the 3030 and see how it runs. So I ran a bore sight through this and got the scope dialed into the bore sight. I haven't fired a shot out of it yet, but that's what we're getting ready to do, and we're gonna see how this thing does. So I reckon we'll get on into it. Let me get my ears in here just to show you guys what I'm shooting through this. We're running Federal 150 grain jacketed soft point FN. That's what I've always ran through this gun, and it seems to do well. I've killed 5 or 6 deer with these rounds, and they have proven to be pretty effective. We are at 75 yards from our target. I've learned over the years that with this rifle, 75 to 100 yards is about its sweet spot. You know, once you get beyond 100 yards, the shots kind of start deviating a little bit. So we're just going to stick to 75 yards here and go from there. But quite frankly, the spot where I'm hunting at, I'm not going to have a shot at anything over 100 yards. I think the farthest shot I can make is about 110 yards at where I'm going to be hunting at. So we're going to get this thing loaded up here real quick and make our first 2 initial shots, and we will go from there and see what happens. Go shot number 2. Alright, let's go see what we did. So I'm out here shooting this rifle out here at my grandparents' house. And as y'all know, walking back and forth 75, 100 yards, you know, half a dozen times gets kind of old and it gets a little tiring. So Mamaw has been generous enough to loan me her pretty flowery golf cart here. So we gonna hop up in this ride and take on off down to the target and see what we got going on here. Look at them pretty flowers. Look, man, I like that. Yeah, we're shooting a little bit low. There's our 2 shots right there. I'd say we're about 2.5 inches low. Okay. All right. So it is shooting low. So we're going to bring this up. It says here 1 click is a 1/2 inch at 100 yards. And we're at about 2.5, maybe 3 inches. So we're gonna go up. There's 1 inch. 4 clicks, that's 2 inches at 100 yards. All right. Let's see what that does for us. All right, we got two more rounds loaded up here after our adjustments. All right, gun is hot. Okay. It didn't come up very much, did it? Those 2 were our first 2. Here's our second ones. Okay. Gonna have to bring it up a little bit more. Alright. We moved it 6 clicks up this time. And 2 more shells. Okay, rifle is hot. Bingo. There we are. "75 yards, we're dead on." I'm gonna fire 2 more shots just to make sure. I think I like that. Well, I think we're pretty well dead on, as you just saw. But I like to make sure. So we're gonna shoot 2 more rounds. And if we can keep it in the red these next 2 rounds, or very, very close to the red, I'll be satisfied with that. Like I said, man, 75 to 100 yards is the sweet spot for this particular rifle. If you go beyond 100, it gets kind of funky sometimes. And it also really depends on the cartridges that you use through them. So, all right, let's plow 2 more through it and wrap this bad boy up. Okay, rifle's hot. Fire in the hole. I think I moved on that shot. All right, y'all. Well, I think it's safe to say we're good to go for rifle season next Saturday. 8 rounds. We got it up to the bullseye. That's the good thing about using a bore sight. I don't have it with me. I left it at the house. But yeah, if you can get a good bore sight in your rifle and step back, even if it's, you know, 100 feet or whatever, if you could get that scope lined up on your laser pointer, man, you could save a little bit of ammo that way. Yeah, again, a Marlin 336 30-30 with the Monstrum Banshee 1x6 LPVO scope. You can get these things on Amazon. I mean, that's where I got this at. It did very, very well on my AR, and proof's in the pudding with this one too, or with this rifle. So, and with the Federal 150 grain jacketed soft point FN. I don't know what the FN stands for, but whatever. They shoot good, so that's what I'm going to use once again. So if you have a Marlin 336 and a 30-30 and you're trying to find a load that shoots well through it, you might give these a try. I don't know, but yeah, deer season, rifle season starts a week from today, and I'll be out there hunting behind the limestone shop where I usually hunt, and this will be my first deer season running a camera. So hopefully I can show you guys a dead deer this year. I didn't get to show you a dead turkey this past spring because I pretty much got my head smoked. Those turkeys ran me all over the place out there this year. So with all that being said, I guess appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you here very, very soon.